Hello. Guess what I am going to talk about today? Self-advocacy. So, if you're part of the neurodiverse community, I think this is good for you to watch. Really, this is going to be good for anybody, though, right? Because self-advocacy, when you like put it in a funnel and you funnel it down, it actually equals self-worth. So, let me rabbit trail that. Okay. Self advocacy is saying, this is who I am. And this is the way in the neurodiverse world, this is the way my brain works. And these are the support systems that I need for my brain, for my body to be able to produce at the highest level. Or this is what I need to be able to support myself in this environment, right? So, why in the world do we need this? So many reasons. We have people that are in school that are in need of services. We have people that are in the workplace that are in need of services. And they have this beautiful mind, this beautiful brain that is working at a high level, that is coming up with problems and solutions, and is able to think in this beautiful way. And it is also needing support. Now, what happens in the neurodiverse community is oftentimes people are not wanting to ask for their support that they genuinely need to be able to function at their highest level. So sometimes it's a note taker, sometimes it's programs that will read out loud to you. Sometimes it's, instead of getting emails, getting a voice memo, different ways to use planners. There are so many different avenues of support that a neurodiverse person really would like to have access to. And what is happening is, number one, they're not wanting friends, family, people at the workplace or school knowing, or they're asking, and what's happening is other people are viewing them as cheating, or getting a leg up, or getting special treatment, right? This is not the case. When someone is neurodivergent or has a learning disability, asking for services is to help them function at their highest level. You wouldn't want someone to go to work with the flu and not have cold medicine. You wouldn't want someone that needs a wheelchair to have to walk around without a wheelchair, right? No pun intended. But my point is, it is so common in our community for people to say things to us when we are advocating for ourselves about our needs, that we're somehow cheating the system, or we're somehow setting ourselves up where we will get a greater chance or a better chance, or making it easier for us than other people. And I really want to debunk that conversation. For us, our brains work so uniquely and so differently, but our bodies are needing something different. And our brain literally cannot do certain things, or maybe our body literally cannot do certain things. And that doesn't mean that we are getting special treatment, or that we are cheating the system in some way, or we are getting ourselves ahead of other people. That means that we are creating an equal equal playing ground, right? So if you can imagine a neurotypical person I saw this picture, and I've said this more than one time, but it made so much sense to me. So imagine that there's this ground, right? And the ground goes like this, and it's going in a decline. But then you have a fence that is getting higher. So you have the ground going at a decline and a fence that is going at an incline, right? So a neurotypical person, especially a neurotypical white person, is looking over the fence like, hey, I can see what's going on over on the other side of the fence. This is great. I'm good, right? And then you have another person that's at a lower lower level, and they have a block that they can stand on, and that kind of helps them see with the tippy toes over, right? And that's maybe someone that isn't neurodivergent, but maybe has some difficulties in other areas, right? And then you have someone that is neurodivergent or has some learning disabilities, right? This person's at the lowest end of the decline in the ground and also has the highest incline in the fence, right? So even if you give that person one block, they're still not going to be able to look over the fence and see what's happening on the other side of the fence. So that person consistently has to be resilient and figure out a way to see the fence. So maybe they cut a little hole out so they can see what's happening on the other side of the fence. Who knows what they have to do? But if we don't advocate for our needs, we can't get those blocks to raise us up high enough to be able to see over the fence. We have not only the challenges of the ground declining, but we have the fence that is at an incline, right? And all of these challenges that we have are unseen and unknown to the people around us. And if we don't vocalize our needs as a human being, we're not honoring ourselves. We're not being true to ourselves. And that creates a distrust in ourselves, right? And then the other thing that we have to do is when we do advocate and we do start to get the services and the support that we need, we have society telling us that it's wrong and that we are doing something like we're cheating, right? So then we also have to be resilient and really work our mind around how we feel about ourselves and what is actually true and factual or not. So my point here is learning how to honor ourselves, to ask what we need, to make us produce at the highest level. And also ask ourselves, what is it that we are needing? What will make life easier? What will make us produce at the highest level? And are we willing to ask that? And then working our mind and our way around our the society that is around us and what they're saying about us advocating for ourselves and asking for these services, right? How are we going to make it an evil? I keep saying evil. I don't know what's my problem today. It's Monday. I don't know. But anyway, work with me here. Level playing field. Level playing field. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm not even going to edit any of this. You guys are just going to get me the way I am today. But how are we going to make it a level playing field? How are we going to feel about advocating for ourselves? How are we going to feel about society and their feelings about us advocating for ourselves, right? Because really, we cannot change the way other people think and feel about us. We are only in control of what we do, right? We are only in control of how we feel about ourselves and how we feel about what we are doing, what is going on in our own mind and our own person in how we are producing, right? And if you are needing support, if you are needing services, then why not ask for those services to get you what you need so you can get the job done, whatever that looks like? Whether it's going into a birthday party or going to the doctor's office or getting things done at work, getting a project done at work, or making social connections. That's another thing. People don't think about self advocacy in even our social connections. How many people do you know that do not know that you're neurodivergent? And why are you afraid to tell them? Is it because you're afraid of their reaction? What if you advocated for yourself and you said, hey, I love hanging out with you, but I want you to know that I have a sensory disorder. And when I'm in your car and the music is too loud, it's really hard for me to concentrate on your words. Can you imagine that impact that you would have on that friend? By the simple ask of asking them to turn the music down so you can concentrate on their words, they might not know what is happening in your body and in your world. They might not know that something as simple as turning down the volume helps you be able to listen to them. They might be thinking that you're just not a good listener and not knowing that something that simple can create a deeper connection. So I'd like to encourage you, how you in your life, how can you honor yourself? How can you show yourself that self-love and self-compassion and advocate for yourself and your own needs? What support systems that you don't currently have that you could use in your life in any facet? And if you have some areas that you feel like you need support and you want that support, don't hesitate to reach out to me and put yourself on my schedule. I'd love to help you. If you like my videos, please like, subscribe, share, comment. I'll see you again.